Well, we're at the cabin today. I decided to upgrade on the horsepower since the 4Runner didn't quite have the oomph. So this is a buddy's tractor that he's letting us borrow to pull the building. If this can't do it, I'm not sure what will. We're gonna give her a run. Well, it didn't go well. When I tried to pull, it just pulled all the floorboards and that whole side of the cabin. So we're gonna have to do some more thinking. Well, that didn't work either. We seem to just be tearing stuff up. So we're gonna try something else. Pretty frustrated. But we're working on our next option. Trying to dig out underneath one of the skids to connect it in a different way. I'm afraid it's just so sunk down into the ground. I'm gonna need a skid loader or something to lift it up out of there before it'll slide, but we'll see. Well, I don't know if you can tell how sweaty and gross I am. Get my hand out of the shot. But we have moving the cabin, day 2, also epic failure. We're gonna have to get something to lift it up out of where it's been sitting. It's just lodged in there. So we'll look at getting another piece of equipment and try again another day. Kind of frustrating. Really frustrating, actually. But life goes on. Sweat my eye. We'll see y'all another day. Here we are back at the cabin site. Probably the last video you saw was the second attempt and fail at moving the cabin. So, slight change of plans, and by slight, I mean pretty major. I've decided the best thing to do is honestly just dismantle the building and reassemble it back over at the cabin site. It's going to make it a little bit easier to get it set level, and I can make some changes that I wanted to in the long run. When I reframe it, I talked about putting a dormer in, kind of rearranging things that'll be a little bit better. So it's just going to take a little more patience, but that's all right. It's all part of the process. So I'm going to show you guys some of the changes I'm going to make, and then we're going to get going on taking some of this sheet metal off. As I've talked about, the cabin is absolutely tiny. Again, my head is about 2 inches maybe from the peak. So one of the advantages of disassembling the building is making our walls a little bit taller. I think the walls are probably 4 feet tall. I'm definitely going to make them 5, maybe 6 foot, to make a lot more usable space in here. Another thing I'm going to do, once we take the white sheet metal off the outside, I'm also going to remove this original wall board that was the exterior and put it on the interior of the wall. I've already got the wood, and what's nice is, I don't know if you can tell, but I believe it's already tongue and groove. So I'll be able to, if I don't tear it up too much taking it off, be able to have a nice interior tongue and groove wall, sand all the boards down, repaint, etc. So the wall height is a major change. Being able to use the old the old exterior wall for the interior wall. And then the last exciting thing, the floorboards. I can't remember what type of wood the guys said they were, but I knew they were a high quality wood. Yeah. And if you can see here, there might be a better spot I'll try and find. The interior of this wood is absolutely gorgeous. It's a beautiful deep red. There we go, if I can get my fingers out of the way. Don't know how well that's showing up, but it's a beautiful deep red. And my hope is that we can pull these boards up, we can sand them down, maybe even plane them down, and then seal them and have a beautiful wood floor. So there are a few advantages to the change in plans, but it's just going to take a lot of work. So we better get to work. Here you go. There you go. Got a little Michael Bay sun flare going on here. What you doing, Bingley? Bingley. Oh, you're peeing? Great.
You're a peeing?
He's a peeing. The inspectors arrived to make sure we were following all of OSHA's standards. Hopefully they're not too picky.
We've gotten some good progress.
Yep, we're almost 3/4 of the way.
With the sheet metal.
Yeah, that's all I really wanted to accomplish today. Thomas got innovative. In the cup we were throwing the screws in, figured out just to put below the screw and it pops right in. Is that one loose?
Yep. Anything?
Just some nastiness. Old spider's nests, a bunch of them. Oh, is that a door for you, Bingley?
Yeah, there's 2 on each side.
Here's most of the metal. Thomas is working. We probably got, what, 4 more panels maybe?
4 or 5. I need to get some water.
And we're running low on daylight. What's over there? What's over there, Bing? He doesn't like the inspectors. Got it done. Now to go unload before we lose all light because the sun is officially setting.
What time is it?
All right, we got it all unloaded. Not too much time left to spare. We're losing light very quickly. As you can see, the sun's already down. Thomas is checking stuff out here at the cabin site. Step 1, day 1 of cabin demo. Yay. As you can see, Thomas and I came out the other day and filmed us peeling the metal siding off the building. Today I want to tackle some of this wood siding. I think I've said before, I believe it's tongue and groove. So the trick is going to be removing it without destroying the tongues or the grooves. So we'll see what kind of damage we can do. So first little setback, I got that first board loose. Then I realized, of course, they're running all behind this fascia board. So I'm gonna have to pop it off first. Well, that was a fail, but it's just a little kind of junky piece, so hopefully we can do better on the next ones. Just split that board something terrible. Well, I've got a few more boards off. Started taking this block of wood and a hammer inside, tapping at the back side of the board to start off. The last one came off better than the rest, so we're going to keep trying that. All right, that one wasn't bad. I've got the tongue all the way down to where it was already busted. And I've got the groove all the way down. It's a little bungled right there, but I think I can fix that up. So that one's not bad. That one wasn't as good. Of course, that board was already in pretty bad shape. We'll make something of it. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's the best one to date. Hold the groove, a little over half of the tongue. I'll take it. Well, I think that's about as far as we're going to get today. It's kind of a pain getting the boards off without totally destroying them. So it's slow going, and being a one-man wrecking crew today, as you can see, I kind of laid the boards out in the shape that they came off. So we'll be able to salvage a good chunk of that. I did come to a realization, because I'm really smart, that if I raise the sidewalls, they are currently 4 foot, I measured them. If I raise them a foot to 5 foot, it's going to make a lot more of the cabin usable, but on my siding, it's going to be short a foot. So we'll have to figure that out. We'll do some scouring, see if we can pick up some free stuff, some scrap stuff. Don't really want to spend a ton of money on the cabin at this point. We kind of have everything we need. I'll just need to figure out how to piece it all together. So we'll figure that out as we go along. Next time we come out, we'll tackle the next wall. I'm trying to figure out if the shorter walls are going to be harder or easier. The wood's definitely in a lot better shape. So hopefully it'll come off in better pieces. But because it's in better shape, it might be stuck on just that much harder. But we'll find out. We'll get all the walls taken off, and then I'm going to tackle the roof. I'll peel the tin, save it. There is a shingle roof underneath that. Have to peel that. And then we'll work our way top down, take the roof decking off. Trusses apart, walls apart, etc. Should be pretty quick going at that point until we get to the floor. The floor is probably going to take some doing to get peeled up, would be my guess. But we will see. And then hopefully start. My goal is to have at least a shell up before it gets really, really cold. I would like to have a place to come out this winter and stay. The last few years it hasn't gotten really, really cold until after the first of the year. So we've still got not quite 3 months. So we'll keep making time to come out, editing videos, bring you guys along.